Hello, I will introduce myself first. My name is Afriza Sakilan Lisati. My student number is 136. I'm from group 2. Today we represent about King Lear by William Shakespeare, about how mirror Elizabethan social condition and values. So, William Shakespeare's King Lear is, even if debut in the early Jacobean era under James I, set in a legendary ancient Britain. The tragedy's subtle critics like echoes the political, religious conflicts, and um, strict social structures, political uncertainties, and shifting family ideals of late Elizabethan England. So the Elizabethan is period 558 to 163, even if the boot in the Jacobean era under James. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, when I said first. So this repress overview, the explore major themes like authority and inheritance, like family obligation, class systems, woman roles, and ethical religious outlooks, like incorporating key quotes, scenes analysis, and links to other Shakespearean works of deeper insight. So first, I will explain about the royal authority, inheritance issue, and the sacred kingship doctrine. So what history back? So Elizabethan England operate under an absolute monarchy, like where the sovereign was viewed as divinely ordained, like the divine right of king concept. Queen Elizabeth is lack of heirs, create succession, and succession anxiety culminating in James first 163 takeover and risk of internal strife of external attacks. The 158 Spanish Armada victory amplified national suspicion of plots against the crown. So what is society of play mirrors? So the Lear rash decision to split his realm. To base on his daughter insincere praise undermines monarchical steadiness, foreshadowing turmoil. So these parallels Elizabethan concern about flawed leadership, leading to disorder. For instance, in Act 1, Scene 1, Lear demands, which of you shall we say do both? Say dot love us more, sorry. A test loyalty that expose the periods of ego-driven rule, like fears of Elizabeth's childishness. So this ensuing civil strife evokes doomsday imagery, as in Gloucester Act 5, Scene 3, warning of the promised end, or the image of death horror, reflecting apocalyptic dread from religious divides like Protestant Catholic clashes and potential anarchy. So, what is the scene? So, the scene is in Act 1, scene first love passion builds tension through escalating flattery, like or Goneril and Reagan speeches, versus Cordelia's blunt "Nothing, my lord," leading to her banishment. The mirrors real association cries like the 150-90s debates over Elizabeth Hairs. So, what's the comparison? So, this similar to Macbeth or 166, where ambition topples of divine order, like Duncan's murder disrupt the chain of being. Like Lear warns of regicides chaos, but focus more on personal folly than supernatural ambition. Okay, thank you. So the next will my friend to explain.
Okay, the second one is family relationship and expectation of obedience. Family relationship and King Lear are deeply rooted in the social norms of Elizabethan England. During this time, families were built on strict patriarchal lines, with children expected to show unwavering respect to their parents. Daughters, in particular, bore the weight of this expectation, often facing limited choices in arranged marriage. In the play, Lear's relationship with his daughters reflects these societal norms. When he asks them to declare their love for him, it's clear that he's looking for more than just words. He wants to feel valued and respected. However, Cordelia's refusal to engage in empty flattery is met with punishment, highlighting the tension between authenticity and conformity. As the play unfolds, the consequences of betrayal and disobedience become devastatingly clear. Lear's daughter ultimately turns against him, symbolizing the breakdown of family bonds and broader societal issue. The subplot involving Gloucester and his sons adds another layer of complexity, highlighting the biases inherent in the system of inheritance. One of the most striking moments in the play comes with Cordelia's response to her sister's hypocrisy with a simple yet powerful statement, like, "I love your majesty, / according to my bond, no more nor less." This line underscores the importance of genuine duty, and loyalty, but it's misinterpreted by Lear as rebellion. And the confrontation between Lear and his daughters reach a boiling point in Act 2, Scene 4, when the Regan's hearts were like, "Oh, sir, you are old," slash nature instant on the very first slash of her confine, exposed the raw of emotion and family breakdown. This moment symbolized the broader societal rift that were emerging during this time, including economic, whose like in the 1519 feminists. In comparison to other Shakespeare works like The Tempest, King Lear offers a darker perspective on parental authority and filial duty. While reinforces traditional values, Lear's story critiques the dangers of unchecked power and the devastating consequences that can follow.
Okay, so my name is Nyaman Trikas. I will explain about the class structure and cosmic hierarchy. So the first one is the historical background. The great chain of being, dictated of rigid at the monarchs at top, down, and base, but even like lands and closer, effective farmers. And the late in 1590s, recession sparked unrest. Harsh regency status targeted the impoverished, viewing them as a threat to stability. Played a mirror to society, the realm of spiral into war and insanity, represent hierarchy collapse. Their reduction to a bare nothing erodes class barriers, compelling pity for the underclass. Edgar Poor Tom, persona as a deranged outcast, reveals the stigmatization of mental illness and poverty. Challenging the 1901 poor laws that confine the needy while holding the laziness. Edmund, opportunistic climb driven by resentment of this bastard status. Caution against upward mobility in the certified world. K code. Learned in the Act 3, Scene 4, amid the storm declares himself a poor barefoot animals, stripping away royal pretense to align with the era he is poor, like those in London Street during Tigers. For the scene background, the head scenes in the Act 3 until 4 use the storm as a metaphor for universal disorder. Learn blow minds and crack your cheeks. Act 3 on scene 2, paralyzed divine punishment for social ills, akin to Elizabethan views of weather as a moral omen. And the comparison, like Hamlet in 1600 until 1901, which proves Denmark rotten state through class tension. Example, like Gravidager's painter uses this quiz and folly to expose the inequalities, but with darker, less restorative tone than Hamlet philosophical musings. And that's all for me. Will be explained for the next explanation to my college. Thank you.
My name is Nimadidia Wernastrasari and my last three-digit number is 158. I will explain about the women positions and authority. So first is historical backdrop. Females were deemed inferior regally and culturally, with marriage defining their worth. Elizabeth once rose as the Virgin Queen, defines norm but invited backlash, and seen smears against powerful women like Mary Queen of Scots. So how this story is reflect to society? Does this story present varied womanhood, like Cordelia as the chaste, subdued pagan, Goneril and Regan as villainous servers who grab power after Lear steps down? And their defiance of paternal rule paints female dominance as aberrant and ruinous, tapping into fears of women in governance. Lear's sexist outbursts humanist yet indict patriarchal biases, where women's independence was both dreaded and suppressed. Cordelia's demise affirms the tragic fate of good women, admirable yet sidelined. And this can show in keynote in Lear curses Goneril in Act 1, Scene 4. It said, ingratitude, true marble-hearted fate, more hideous when thou shows the inner child than the sea monster, venting stereotypical misogyny toward unnatural daughters. And also is shown in Scene Breakdown in Act 4, Scene 6, features leader's mad vision of justice, where he imagines a blind Cupid leading adulterers, blending gender critique with his own regrets, reflecting Elizabethan anxieties over female sexuality and power. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ana Agung Istri Trisna Artarina and my last number is 140, and today I will explain about a technical and faith-based ideals, reputation, insanity, and emergency humanism. And number 1 is historical backdrop. Post-Reformation Protestantism stress inner morality and good justice, mixed with reactionary humanism emphasized on human error. Insanity was often tied to sin of position, flowing with trial and public execution. Number 2 is play mirror to society. The grim conclusion, mass tragedy without full resolution, capture the period pessimism amid epidemics, conflict, and exploration. Learn lunacy, identical tyrannical excess, perhaps nodding to tales of Elizabeth declining health. Motive of empathize and redness is all Edgar in Act 5, Scene 2. Blend Christian endurance with building skepticism, mirroring a culture resting with belief during scientific shift, e.g., Copernican ideas. Then number 3, key quote. Edgar's Stoic line in Act 5, Scene 2. The gods are just end of our pace. Prison, fishes, or make instrument to plague us. Invokes divine equity and a stable of Elizabeth morality place. And the number 4 is scene breakdown. The final act 5, scene 3, battle flight, reunion and death. Learn cradling Claudia, whole. Deliver in relating sorrow, critical flower justice system like the era star, chamber trial. And the last one is comparison. Resemble King Richard II with its deposed king fall echoing learn, but Lear delve deeper into existential void, figuring Jacob being Blacklist and the Duchess of Malfi.
In conclusion, the narrative of King Lear mirrors the social realities and principles of the Elizabethan era by emphasizing the significance of the divine right of kings, the streets of social hierarchy, and the male-dominant family structure. It portrays political power and secret as an essential for manifesting social stability, illustrating the turmoil and devastation that occur when the power is fragmented or challenged. The play also underscores the period concern about succession and inheritance, highlight the issue related primogeniture and property laws. Additionally, King Lear addresses gender expectation by showing the demand for daughters obedience and loyalty with their defiance representing fear of familiar and societal collapse. In summary, King Lear offers a powerful reflection on Elizabethan social norms, casting that disturbed political and family authority result in tragedy and social disorder.